everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is my precious yarnery. So today I'm going to do a tutorial on these shrugs. I'm going to talk about these shrugs first, and I also have everything written down so I can tell you how many rows I did for these sizes. These are made for me, and you can do any length, you can do anything you want. I love how all the sweaters and all the shrugs and stuff like that I make are custom to you. So you do your measurements and everything. So this first one I'm going to talk about is the one that I did in We Love Yarn. It's a mega ball from Hobbii, whatever. This color is number 27. This is a medium 4-weight yarn. It's 100% acrylic, 400 gram ball, 14.1 ounces, 7 millimeter knitting needle, 700 meters. Oh my, 700 meters, 765 yards. I used, for the body, I used a 6.5 hook. For the trim, I used a 5.5. I went down a whole size to do the trim. I don't usually do that, but I thought I'm going to try it this time. So for this beautiful purple one, I used a puzzle yarn. It's a bulky 5. It is okay, here we go. 328 yards, 300 meters, 7-ounce ball, 200 grams. Now for this, I used an 8 millimeter on the body and a 7 millimeter for the arms and trim. It's very simple. Now I will put down in the description box how many rows and everything under each different yarns. This colorway is called hide and seek. I will be getting more. I love it. So for this tutorial, for you to make it the size you want it, I measured from elbow to elbow. Hold it out elbow to elbow. You may need help. Straight. And then I add a couple inches. And then I can make it, if I wanted to make it shorter or longer, I think I made the purple one real long. So, but for me, because I'm only 5'4", right? So I love this stuff. The stitch I used for the body is called, there's 2 different names for it. It's called the Elizabeth stitch or the mini bean. I'm in love with this stitch, just saying. So for the 5-weight yarn, I actually used 3+. I have very little of the other ball. I can't find it. I cleaned my room. Can't tell over there, but I can't find it. But I used over 3 skeins. For this one, the 4-weight, I used 1 full skein plus 1 ball plus all this. And this has a lot of yardage on it, so almost 2 balls. And if I wanted to make it bigger, you would need more. But yeah, so what you need for this tutorial, if you're going to make it, you're going to need your hook, you're going to need your scissors, you're going to need your tapestry needle, and maybe a stitch marker or 2. I didn't use stitch markers, but I did to help me count the sleeves. But that's it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I did it again when I wasn't feeling good. I hope everything is good. Okay. I hope you enjoy it. In the description box, I will tell you how many rows I did on each sweater. That's okay, guys, I'm going to show you how I did the stitch I did the shrug in. So for the puzzle yarn, it's a 5-weight yarn. I used an 8 millimeter hook. And then I went down for the trim to a 7mm hook. Just so you know, I did that. You don't have to. I did 79 stitches, 79, a chain of 79 for the puzzle. That's my size though, guys. You do what your measurements from your elbow and elbow, add an inch on each side. I think that's how I'm sure that's how I did it. And for the 4-weight yarn, I did 107 chains, and I used a 6.5 hook. I'm using the same yarn and the same hook that I did my 4-weight. So it's 107 chains I did, and that was measured about 37 inches. So I have a chain here. It's a chain of 14 plus 1. So your chain count is 2 plus 1. So 15 stitches here. So yeah. And I'm going to be working in these back loops. You can work in your V's if you like. Your little V's here. You can work in those. I prefer to work in the back loop. So first one is you skip one, insert your hook, wrap your yarn, pull it through. Now I have 2 loops on my hook. I wrap my yarn, insert my hook again, pull through. I have 4 loops on my hook. I wrap my yarn, pull through all 4. Chain 1. Skip one, go into the next one. Insert my hook, wrap my yarn, pull through 2 loops, wrap my yarn, insert my hook, pull through. I have 4 loops on my hook. Wrap my yarn, pull through all 4, and then chain 1. I'll do that one more time. So I skip a stitch, insert my hook, wrap my yarn, pull through 2 loops on my hook. Wrap my yarn, insert in the same stitch, pull through 4 loops on my hook, wrap my yarn, pull through all 4, and then I chain 1. And I just do that all the way to the end. It's very simple. Once you get through this, the first row, it's 1 row repeat. It's very simple, very easy. Oops. If you do it right. Okay. So, now, apparently I have 1 extra loop. That's okay. I'm going to take it out. And I just pull through that. You know, sometimes we don't count right. Pull it through. There, I fixed it. Okay, so then I chain 1, and that's what your first row looks like. This is either called a mini chain or the Elizabeth stitch. The mini bean or the Elizabeth stitch. Okay, so I chained 1 already, but I'm going to chain 1 again for my turning chain. So now I'm going to go into that first stitch right there, and I'm going to do another stitch and then chain 1. So now we are going to, you can either turn your work and you can see all these V's, or you can do what I do. And basically what it is, you skip one, insert your hook into that stitch. What I do is I just stretch it out a little bit, go into your hole right there. So there's 1 hole, there's another hole, and there's another hole. And that's where you go in. Then you can basically just feel your way, and you can just watch TV as you're doing your stitch. And this is the 1 row repeat. That's all you do. All the way down. Oh, now sometimes I do that. And make sure you do your chain 1 after you pull through all 4 loops. That's very important. Okay, so at the end of the row, your this is the chain you have to go into. So it's at the side. So you insert your hook and go right into there. And then you chain 2. You chain 1 for the stitch and then chain 1 to turn your work. So it's a chain 2 at the end. And then you just keep going. It's very simple. It works up very fast. And that's it. So I will be back to show you how to do the sleeves, how you put your shrug together, how you do your sleeves, and your trim. And I'll show you one more time the last stitch. So your last stitch is right here now. So you insert your hook, pull through all 4 hoops, chain 1. Then you chain another one to turn. And that's it. And that's your pretty little bean stitch, or your Elizabeth stitch. Okay guys, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I have it all laid out. You can make this as long as you want. This is the size I made it. Now we fold it in half. And we have to measure from your arm around, like it's about here is my measurement there. And I want about 5 inches. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but get it as close as you can on each side. So there's right at the edge 5, and then my 0's there. So there, put a stitch marker there, and then a stitch marker at the very end at your corner. You're going to sew from here to here. Now I have to do the other side. Five inches, it's right there. And then one at the corner. And then you go in the middle, and this is where you pull it, right in the middle, like that. So this will be your shrug. So once you got these part here, and here sewn, this will be your armhole on both sides. And we're going to put a sleeve on here. And here, in the middle, we're going to build a collar around here. And I'll be back to show you how to do all that. Okay guys, I am going down 1 full size in my hook to do my sleeve and my collar. So I did a 6.5 on my shrug. So I'm going down to you can't see it, but it's a 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to attach my yarn to my hook, and I'm going to do a standing half double crochet. Now you can attach your yarn any way you like. I just like doing this now. So, and there's my sleeve. There's my seam. I like to start where my seam is. So I put my hook in, bring my yarn up, and I have three loops on my hook. I wrap my yarn and go through all 3. That's my standing half double crochet. And I'm going to do half double crochets all the way around. Now I've already done my other sleeve, so I know how many I have to have, or 1 or 2, like just 1 off. Try not to do 2, but at least, you know, as close as you can get it. And I need 33 half double crochets. You just fit your yarn wherever you can. Try not to do it too close. And you do this all the way around. And I'll meet you when I'm at the join. Okay, so I got 33 around, which is good. Now if you get, say, 32 or 34, that's fine too. Now remember, it's all in, like I have a 5-inch hole here. Yours could be bigger, yours could be smaller, depending on how big you made your armholes. So I am going to now connect it. So you have, when you do a half double standing crochet, you just, it's that spot right there. I hope you've seen that. So I take my string, my beginning string, and there's that little right there. That's where you connect it. If you connect your yarn in a different way, oh, look at that, I've just pulled it out. So if you connect your yarn in a different way, that's fine too. Just connect however you want. So just a slip stitch, chain 1, and turn. Now I am going to put a half double crochet in that very first, right there, that very first stitch where I connect, the same stitch where I connected. Now I'm going to do half double crochets back post and half double crochet front post. We're going to start with a front post, so half double crochet front post in that first one, and we're going to alternate, and then a half double crochet in the half double crochet back post, and then a half double crochet front post, and we're going to do this. This is your repeat until, as long as you want your sweater to be, your shrug, your sleeves to be. You're going to do this all the way around. You alternate from front post, back post, front post, back post. And I will meet you at the start. Okay, so I made it all the way around. I'm going to connect to my first half double crochet, slip stitch, chain 1, and turn. And then I put in that same stitch I put a regular half double crochet. And then now you can see, so you can see where you have your front, where you have to do your front post, back post, front post, back post. It's easier to see on this round, so you just keep going. Your front, your back, and you go as long as you need to go. You can make a little trim, you can make a big trim, or big sleeve if you want. You can make it all the way down, or just have it to here, or all the way here. I end up doing 33 or 25 rows of this. That's including my first row. And if you're not sure how long to make it, just keep trying it on and see where you like it to fit. And you just keep trying it on. It's custom to you, so it's whatever you want. Okay, so that's the sleeve. I'll be back to show you the trim. Okay, so we're going to do the collar part. It's the same as the sleeve. So I like to start where my seam is, and I want to put a standing half double crochet. So to show you to do that again, I connect my yarn to my hook, and I'm still using the 5.5. I slip it into and slip it into a stitch, bring it up so I have 3 on there, wrap my yarn and pull through all 3, and that's my standing half double crochet. That's a mouthful. And then I do half double crochets. I've already sewn in my ends here, so the stitches are a little, you know. And then I go all the way around with my half double crochets. And you don't have to count because it's the collar, and you just try to make your stitches even. That's all you have to do. Just make them even, not too crowded, not too far apart. So as you see what I'm doing here, and looks like I can do it all the way around. I'm going into, there's a stitch going into the stitch, and then I have this big space here. It is going to go right into that space with half double crochets, and I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I will meet you when it's time to connect. Okay, so I made it all the way around, and it's doing the same as I did with the sleeve. I am going to slip stitch to connect, to join my work. Make sure I get the right spot. Chain one, and then I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet in that same stitch that I joined, and then I'm going to do front post. Oh, let me get this. I'm going to do front post and back post all over again. Let's see. So there's my front post, and then I'm going to go into the back and do my back post. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Until I come to my join again, slip stitch, turn my work, and do the same as I did the sleeves. As many rows as you want. I'm going to have a fairly thick one, so I'll probably, so on the sleeve, there's my sleeve. That's pretty thick. I'm not going to do my collar that thick. I'll probably do it halfway. So I did 25 rows there. I'll probably do maybe 13, 14 rows on my collar. So I hope everybody enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you soon. Bye everyone.